Welcome to another episode of the Nailsin Ratings, and once again looking at The Flash. Well, this episode was called Fury Rogue, or Rogue Fury. Play on Fury Road, I suppose. Anyway, it's going on with the story against the Thinker, or DeVoe, as they refer to him. In the previous episode, if you haven't seen it, you're going to get spoilers. He killed Elongated Man and took over his body. So now he's back to looking like himself, because Elongated Man could always mesh or change the shape of his features. And so DeVoe is making himself look like he used to. And so now he's back to his old self, except he's got all these powers from all the other people who received powers, of course, of his manipulation of the dark matter and what have you. And that's the whole plot. He wanted to steal all those powers. And he's got one more to go. This radioactive guy, I think that's only one more. I guess. Anyway, he's after him. He didn't quite get there due to the actions of the Flash and his team. But thanks to Killer Frost not having her powers, he had to enlist someone else with cold powers. So, of course, Captain Cold, yeah, but no, not his Captain Cold. He went back to Earth X to get the other Captain Cold, yes, the gay one, and brought him back. And of course, he basically played the role he played on the Legends TV series, where he's the wise sage and giving advice to everybody. So he does the same thing here, and it's kind of a drag on the show, and at the same time, it's strong for the show, mostly because of Grant Gustin's performance as the Flash. Boy, I tell you, this version of Captain Cold, he worked all right in the crossover story they did where they introduced him, and that was fine, and he was sort of okay in the Legends, but it's really getting old. He's so over the top. I mean, the actor actually is gay. This over the top and kind of a mockery or stereotype of a gay man is pretty much on the nose there. And it's a bit distracting from the story, especially when it's this serious thing where he's trying to get the Flash to face his grief and guilt over the death of the Elongated Man, which is pretty much the core of the story here. But the Flash weaves in its stories very well. Of course, there's the problems again of Professor Wells not facing the fact that he blew out his brain, apparently, using the thinking cap, and he doesn't want to admit it or allow the others to know. He just wants to snake away, and then the Vibe, Cisco, confronts him about it and all that. It's all handled well. And then to a lesser extent, mostly, is Caitlin's dealing with she can't contact her alter ego of Killer Frost anymore, even though she finds evidence that she probably still exists. You think she still does? Yeah, she does. So, once again, more or less, they're defeated, but they kind of win. They managed to keep, I forget the guy's name, the radioactive man, away from DeVoe for now. He's still working on getting it, but it's showing that DeVoe doesn't understand human emotion anymore, if he ever did, and it's costing him, and that's, of course, love will conquer all. And, of course, his wife has already realized that this is probably not the great idea or plan, but he's already brainwashed her so many times. So her coming to the conclusion is just one more time, and if he's distracted enough, she may be the Achilles heel for him, although the scenes for next week's episode don't look too good for her. Another thing is there's a lot of powerful emotion and drama brought up over the death of Elongated Man. And, of course, Flash is crippled by this, and he has to confront it to overcome it, as Captain Cold tells me. It's all true. I was just saying his performance and the way he delivered it was, you don't want things that take you out of the show too much. It's kind of over the top. Kind of draw all that back down. It's already established. He's a gay man. He's getting married to the Ray and all that stuff. He invites him to the wedding. That's all fine. But anyway, it achieves all this, and yet, do you really think the Elongated Man is dead for good? I don't know that they'll do time travel again, but it's possible, because they kept going on about Elongated Man and how indestructible he was, that perhaps his brain still retains him, the original Ralph Dibny, and eventually there's going to be a battle between the two, and of course Dibny wins and DeVoe's lost. That could be the outcome of it. Of course, that kind of disrupts the whole tragedy and raw emotion that you had achieved through the series for the Flash to go through all this. But then again, it might just be, if it'll work out where only the Elongated Man can come back. You can't do this where he manages to save all the others and return their minds to their bodies and stuff. All their bodies have got to be discarded and are dead by now. Quite a few of them. You know, I don't know if it comes to the point where Dibny's able to save the country singer lady with she could do the sonic waves with her violin or fiddle, and he had a kind of a little crush there between the two of them. Always able to get her back. It's too late. So that would be way too happy. So if they want to keep Elongated Man around, for the comic relief he provides, then it's possible they could work that out plot-wise. But again, it kind of takes away from what they achieved, emotionally anyway, for the course of the series, for the tragedies that the Flash must confront and overcome and deal with. So there you go, another good episode of The Flash. It's the strongest, again, as I've always said, of the CW superhero shows. And, and I forgot to mention, the evil Black Canary was also in this. She kind of threw a wrench in the works here within the story, and that is fine, because they had to go to Earth-X to get Captain Cold and all that. But anyway, I don't know. Now I'm forgetting. Did she go back, or is she still... Because then, I always wondered if they were able to change her and make her a good person, but she's been a Nazi all her life. To suddenly be good for the purposes of Arrow. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, she was in it. So, all in all, good show. This gets 4 out of 5 stars. Because perfection is a hard thing to achieve, because you never do. But they had that high point episode of the bomb that the Flash had to deal with, and that's going to be a tough one to overcome. So it's kind of detrimental to just throw out 5 stars for an okay or a good episode when it's not fantastic like that one. So 4 out of 5 stars for the Flash on, what is it, Rogue Fury or Fury Rogue? This last one. Well, we'll do it again next time. Thanks for watching and listening. Do like and subscribe. Check out the link descriptions below for my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you.